Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called Dreamslinger, written by Gracie Kim. This is the story of 14-year-old Aria, who lives in a special home for people like her. She was born with the Dreamslinger gene, and while this gene does transport her to magical places in her sleep, she is feared by much of the community. 10 years ago, a rival group of Dreamslingers caused the Great Outburst, a tragedy that killed hundreds of people, including Aria's mom. And because everyone is fearful of the Dreamslingers, they have to be kept aside. Luckily, Arya's father is a researcher, and he has created this home for people like Arya to live and learn how to control and maintain their powers. But when the Royal League of Dreamslingers, the group that is purportedly responsible for the Great Outburst, opens their annual trials to others outside of their home community, Arya sees an opportunity. She sees the opportunity to thwart their efforts from the inside. Little does she expect that things are not exactly as she expected them to be, and the world inside of the Dreamslinger's haven is a bit different than what she has come to understand from the outside world. So, as she goes through the trials, she ends up being conflicted about which side is the right one and where she ultimately wants to end up. This is the first in the Dreamslinger series, and it's where you get introduced to Arya, her friends, and the world in which she lives. It is a magic realism story, so built on the backbone of traditional life, but with a lot of magic involved as well. So for fans of stories like Harry Potter or Percy Jackson, this one has a lot of similarities and a lot of similarities to the X-Men series as well. So especially having those genetic mutations and having the world be afraid of people with those mutations, and then having a special school for them as well. So you see lots of similarities to stories that have characters such as Arya. This one takes place mostly in Korea. And so there's lots of Korean language, but you have a really diverse crowd of kids as well because the trials have been opened to children from around the world. You have children and teenagers from lots of different countries coming together for these trials. So their similarity being the Dreamslinger gene, and then they share all of their unique cultural differences with each other as they go. Definitely best for a mature middle grade or early young adult audience. There are some strong language and just some moments of peril within the story. So for kids who are transitioning from that middle grade realm into YA, this is a great place to start because it is a little bit more high stakes than most middle grade, but it flows like a middle grade story. And because it is the first in the series, readers are going to be interested in getting more into the world of the Dreamslingers after this one ends. So, as I said, best for those emerging YA readers. There's not a huge amount of white space, longer chapters, and just a lot of that interpersonal relationship that comes with teenagerness. So as teens are getting to know their place in the world and starting to realize that maybe everything they've been told isn't exactly the truth, this book does a good job of kind of exploring those things, those feelings in a way that is approachable and also fun because of the magical element. If this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it wherever you get your books.